How's it going? Ryan here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at our best trailer wiring options for our 2020 Dodge Grand Caravan. We're going to have three different wiring options. Right here we're going to have the Tekonsha. Here in the center we're going to have the Curt. And on this side we're going to have the Hopkins. The first major difference that I noticed is in regards to the power output. Our Tekonsha is going to put out a maximum amperage for our taillights of 7.5 amps per circuit. It's also going to put out a maximum amperage for our stop and turn signals, 4.2 amps per circuit. Now the Curt and the Hopkins are going to have the same power output. For the taillights, it's going to be 6 amps per circuit, and for the stop and turn signals, it's going to be 3 amps per circuit. So if your trailer has a lot of lights on it, especially if they're those traditional style incandescent bulbs that take a little more power to turn on, the Tekonsha is probably going to be a little bit better of a choice since it has that higher power output. And on our Grand Caravan here today, we have the Tekonsha wiring installed. Now this is pretty much what all three of them are going to look like. However, if you do wish to mount them more permanently in an area over here or something like that, they all three can be mounted with some brackets available here at etrailer.com. The next big difference I noticed is in regards to the quality of construction, or how well made and put together all of our wiring is. So let's go ahead and start with the Tekonsha first. What I found with the Tekonsha is all of the wiring is going to be really thick, and the insulation or coating around that wiring is going to feel very durable, and that it's going to last for a really long time. And also the power wire is going to be really long as well as very thick and durable. And that's a good thing since this will be exposed to the elements. And even down to the little details, such as the dust cap, which is really thick. It's going to protect the terminals really well, as well as some of the small things that are included, such as our butt connectors. The ones that are included are heat shrink, which is going to help protect our wiring from any corrosion. Now the Curt's wiring is going to be just as thick, however the insulation or coating that goes around that wiring just doesn't feel as durable as the Tekonsha's. However, the power wire is going to be very similar. It's going to be thick and long too, which is nice since it will be outside. But when it comes to the smaller details, in my opinion, the dust cap just feels a little more flimsy, and you don't get those heat shrink butt connectors. Now over here on the Hopkins, the wiring is noticeably thinner and just doesn't feel as durable. And the power wire that is included is going to be pretty long. However, it is a lot thinner compared to the Curt and Tekonsha. And right off the bat, you can tell a big difference. Now with the Hopkins, all of the butt connectors are pre-installed, so I'll save you a little bit of time there. And the dust cap that's included is pretty thick, and in my opinion would do a pretty good job of protecting the terminals. And a nice touch that I do like is that they actually give you some dielectric grease. That way you can put them on the terminals and protect them for time to come. Other than that, all three of the wiring kits are going to protect our vehicle's factory wiring if a short or anything like that were to occur on the trailer side, because they all have these module boxes. And at the end of the day, they're all going to provide us with the necessary lighting functions to remain not only safe, but legal. So in summary, when it comes to power output, the Tekonsha is going to have the highest rating. So this one's going to have an advantage, especially if you're towing a trailer with a lot of lights on it. And when it comes to quality of construction, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a really close toss-up between the Tekonsha and the Curt. However, at the end of the day, it's going to be your personal preference. And that'll finish up our look of our best trailer wiring options for our Dodge Grand Caravan. I hope this information helps you when deciding which wiring to use for your van.